I made it to the big leagues, boys. I'm on the Tecmo channel. What's my name? Captain Underpants.
You're watching Service Call, proudly produced by Tecmo and sponsored by FortisHD.com.
Oh, the camera's rolling now? I do the fancy intro thing with Cam does with the hi. I'm totally not made for camera.
In this episode, Tyler's working on a stick nose on a Cat 320E.
Bingo!
Get yourself a James bar.
And Mike's replacing a bucket edge and spinning filters on a John Deere 85G.
How's that cheating? There's one guy. Osmosis split in half.
And Cam is...
No, I don't need help ever. I'm a man. I don't ask for help. I throw my back out first. Oh! Story of my life.
If you need pins and bushings, cutting edge, or filter kits, head over to FortisHD.com. They pay the production costs for these episodes, so go support them. And if you're already buying parts, go buy more parts so we can make more of these episodes. Hey, if you're gonna buy it from somebody else, you might as well buy it from us, because we actually do something with the money, like make these videos. FortisHD.com. If you're buying from FortisHD.com, tell them you got there from Tecmo.
All right, guys, so today we're working on a Cat 320E. E stands for everything is just on this thing, mostly the stick nose. So we're gonna walk it through of how to take the buckets off, how to get the quick change off, and how to light yourself on fire, and then burn the bushings out. So we'll start by kicking the buckets off and getting this show on the road. And I am Tyler Crawford. Let's go stuff up. All right, so the pins are held in by retainers and keeper screws. Yeah, see, on the back side of the hole where the keeper pin is a drilled hole for a screwdriver to go into to use as a punch to knock your keeper pin out. So, next thing we need is a BFH and a little screwdriver to bend the out of it. That is your little keeper pin for your pin. Moves like butter that your grandma puts on a dinner. So there you go. Oh! Jesus. Ow, that's my finger. Perfect landing. And now that we've got the crane hooked up as our safety security device, we'll go and knock this pin out and see what happens. And remember, kids, safety first. Yeah. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. Not really. And because we care about the environment here, we'll cap the hoses off so they don't make a massive mess on the ground. We care about these things. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, Tyler, come on. Man, Cam makes this wrenching for a living thing look so easy. Can we just get him over here and I'll just be like, bam, I did it all. That's not an option. This wrenching thing's not easy. What the f? Seriously? Cat and the reducer fittings, D-bags. Oh, look at that mess. I don't make messes, I am the mess. Piece of shit, let go! He's not your friend anymore, you're no longer attached. Let's see if I can hit this in my nutsack. One hit mafia gang. Now an intelligent man would go and lift this up and not lay in the dirt. But that is not me. Now I'm showing you guys all my trade secrets. I'm gonna have nothing left to hide. And yes, this is all I have to offer is taking off quick changes. I'm not that good. You know, it's funny, like you go into a job and like, man, how the f am I gonna do this? I don't know what I'm doing. And then it's funny because like I amaze myself and the customer at the same time when I get it done because I still have no idea what the f I'm doing. But I made it look like I knew what I was doing. Where'd the bar go? See, being a mechanic isn't about doing jobs, but 3/4 of the hour you're spending the time looking for the tool you just had in your hand 10 minutes ago. Ta-da! I took a quick change off. We actually have bushing left, which is surprising. So we will grab the special thing to take bushings out. Let me just go on YouTube real quick here and see if the Tekamo guys have done a stick nose to help me through this step. Y'all didn't need to see that. Yeah, you guys don't need to record me looking like a You don't need to be inside of me, you just need to be with me. Guys, it's weird. Well, it smells like burnt rubber. You pulled out too quick. Yeah, it's 50 feet of hose and it reaches just to the back of the truck. It's so cool. I think you guys are gonna get your wish before the night's over. I'll light these things on fire. I'm so cool, I have friends, and they're on fire. Holy, this is hot. All right, who'd have thought fire's actually kind of hot? God, that's hot. Woo! I'm like a caveman. I made fire. And it's all by feel because I can't see shit. It's like having sex for the first time, you just gotta feel it out. Except Cam wasn't gentle. I got a little zesty, but nothing the guy with the line bore machine can't fix. These are pressed into the bore. When you go and cut your bore, you're actually cutting smaller on the ID than your bushing is on the OD because you want to give your bearing or bushing some crush to retain itself in the bore because they're not welded in or retained in with Loctite or nothing like that. They're held in by what you call as crush. So with this being a 3.5 inch bore, you want 3.5 thou of crush. And all that is to do is throughout the life cycle of the machine to prevent the bearing from rotating because when it rotates, the bore is worse than what I did. And another thing too, to be nice to the machinist, what you guys see me in the video there was just holding the torch like full throttle with the oxygen going and burning all the off. It was just covered in heavy caked on grease and dirt. If you look now, it's fairly clean. I burnt it all off using the torch. Saves you cleanup time. It's a bit expensive with gas, but what's more expensive? Your time scraping this? Save your customer some time. Use $5 of gas. So yeah, here's a perfect side-by-side comparison. This is the mess I started with. This is what I gave the machinist. He just has to do a little bit of cleanup versus having to do all this. I'm talking so much, I'm out of breath.
Hey, I'm Mike, and we're going to show you how to flip a cutting edge on a John Deere 85G. So when to start your bucket on a couple blocks of wood, just your cutting edge is lifted, unbolt all the plow bolts out of the cutting edge. So when you're taking these out with your impact gun, if they drop down out of the square pocket that keeps them from spinning in there, you're always going to want to put your hand on them. Don't do that because these things get razor sharp when they get worn down. Under there, I'll just take the hammer, so your hand's away from it. I'll just push up on it so it keeps it in place. You can use a block of wood, whatever you want, but just don't put your hand under there because these things can cut you really bad if they drop down. These ones are just small little plow bolts, but if you can't get these out with your impact gun, you can just torch them off. Or if the bolts are really worn down where you have really thin, you can just take a 20-pound sledgehammer and you can literally hammer them and it'll just pop the bolts out. This one we lifted our bucket up, put a couple blocks of wood on there just to support the cutting edge, took out the fasteners, plow bolts. Now we're gonna lift it up. Take a wire wheel, clean up both faces of the mating surfaces there for any dirt and debris and old paint. Make sure you wear a dust mask or a respirator. Fresh bolts in there, tighten them up and away you go.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry guys. The hot dog's a little well done. I hope you guys don't mind. I feel like a gangster.
I go the hardest. I bring the pain.
Pretty sure I f***ed those bores up. Bingo! So those of you in the comment section are probably going to be asking me why I use the torch to shrink it versus using the welder like everyone else does, or just pull them out. Well, I don't have special plates that can go inside of a bore and expand to reach the OD, the bushing, so I prefer either cutting the bushing out in sections or cutting a fat line out of it so that it just shrinks and you can just beat it out with a hammer and a pry bar punch thingy. So yeah, there you guys go. Any questions? Why do I use the torch? Because I find it's the fastest way. Why do I not use a gouger or a welder? Because they're slow. Do I f the bore up sometimes? Yeah. Yeah, I do. We'll let this cool down and we'll clean it up a little bit and we'll inspectuate and see how much damage I did do. Fire. Daddy, it hurts. What do you think could happen? You're playing with fire, you're gonna burn yourself, moron.
How's that cheating? There was one guy. Osmosis split in half. Now that we got the faces prepped and we rotated our cutting edge, we'll line up our bucket, bolt it all together. You can do it different ways. I've seen people put T-bolts through there. This is the only way I've ever done it. It's worked well. If you got a pallet jack, it works really well. If you're on like a hard surface where you actually can use one, pallet jacks work well. Get yourself a James bar. Yeah, so I put in a few bolts, knocked it up there to bring the edge up, and then the other two are blocked by our blocks, so pop the blocks out, threw the other bolts in, initial torque on them with the impact gun. I like to just give it a smack on the ground a few times, kind of sets the blade or the cutting edge. Sometimes you get a little bit more out of them. Run it back over again with the impact gun and away you go. That's how you flip a cutting edge on a John Deere 85G.
Check out merch. You guys keep asking about it. We don't sell it. Merch is exclusive to Tecmo HD and Fortis HD customers. The only way to get it, buy something through FortisHD.com and request something. And there is a giveaway for this video. It's sponsored by Fortis HD, so all you have to do is say thanks Fortis HD, take a screenshot, and fill out the form that's attached, and you'll be entered in the draw. Fortis will pick and send decals to the winners, and some guys will get hats, and a couple guys will get t-shirts. Entries will be accepted for 1 week from the time of this video.
Stop it, step bro. Come here, big boy. So you see how you have a ledge here and it's different here, that gray line? So this is where your wiper seal was riding. That doesn't really get kicked too much like the bushing does. This is dropped in. You can kind of hook it with your screwdriver. So we have two different levels of steel here. If we go to press the bushings in, they'll go in, but you're not gonna get much crush on them. And your wiper seal is probably just gonna sit here and bounce around, which is not really that big of a deal. But again, you're in here to do it properly. So we're gonna line bore it, make the bore tight again, so that way everything is proper. Don't stop, do it again. Surprise, That's kind of all I got, guys, to show you how to do it tonight. We have to wait for the machinist to come through. If you guys have any questions or concerns or stuff like that, put it in the comment section and the boys at Tecmo will pass it on and we'll make another video answering them all. But guys, like I always end it, Y'all have a great night. Remember, God loves you. Because I sure as don't. Tune in for part 2.
And finally, you stuck around and watched this whole thing. Here's Cam.
Dude, watch this thing crawl. Check this out. Go up. Oh, oh. I like this one. This one's like ultimate crawler though, because the wheels are like all out there. Oh man, I love doing donuts. Donuts are like, nothing beats it, you know? Like, look at that. That's pretty cool. I mean, everybody likes donuts. Anyways, I'll get back to work now. We're doing the outriggers because Brandon's, who runs the Ford now. Brandon runs the Ford. Not this Brandon, the other Brandon. So I get to do all the little stuff in between today. Today's a catch-up day, I guess. I'm just literally welding outriggers in my driveway. So it's nothing too spectacular. People keep asking me about my trucks. So it's possible to own more than one. I just buy them, I don't actually use them. I'm so successful. No, I'm not. I just bite off way more than I can chew. Story of my life. I don't have much here for tools because everything's in all the trucks. So I get to use the old dinosaur drill. Nothing beats that. It'll rip your arm off. Let's see if this drills. I just bought these. Human drill press. The nut gets welded on the inside, so then they can bolt this in when they mount it. One more step. Yeah, I'm gonna weld now, so watch your eyes. That works, yeah. Good enough. I just eyeball this stuff. I couldn't really see where I was going with that one. I may have gone a little downwards dog there, but she's stuck together now, boy. That'll hold the truck up. I'm pretty confident. It's so heavy. Well, there's one for you, Brandon. Let's see if we can do better on this one. Watch your eyes. Watch your own eyes. Is that possible? How do you even do that? Hey, watch out, dog. Don't you ever do that again. I think that's big enough. Lift this. No, I don't need help ever. I'm a man. I don't ask for help. I throw my back out first. Lots of meat there. By the time we finish, we will be subpar welders. Last side. Last one. I'm happy. Better than those other welds from wherever this is from. Cool. That's it. Thanks for hanging out with me. These are like my filler jobs. This is like when I got nothing else. Well, not like I have nothing else. I always have something to do. But there's days when I don't have a truck right now. It's in the shop. So I do stuff like this. Do you like seeing this? I don't think you do, but you know what? It's better than nothing, so take it. Thanks for the submissions, you guys. We got Mr. Patrick Carcamo, CR on the Crown Vic. Nice, I like it. And then the Fortis sticker. What kind of truck is that? I don't even know. It looks like a Ford. You can tell because of the jelly bean mirrors. This is from Tim Diesel Daycare. That's a cool name, Diesel Daycare. A Fiat Alice 745. That's pretty cool. I like old gear sometimes. I like his truck too. And then the last one here we got D's Nuts. D's Nuts service truck. Ah, that's a cool name. Nice Ford. I hope you have better luck than me. That's what mine used to look like. The front. That's what, yeah. No. Splitting a tractor. That's cool. That's a big crane. A big crane for a little truck. Thanks, community. I like it. You guys are all part of the community now. Thanks for the submissions. Keep them coming. Media@techamohd.com. All right. Well, I better get back to the real work. I gotta get this done.
Join our network. Come along with me. Let's go. Get in the truck.
You're gonna edit the garbage out of the truck later. You can do that, right? Can you add 10 inches to the camera?
If you believe it's 10 inches, we'll make it 10 inches.
Yeah, you said taking it 10 inches out, right? It's going the other direction. It's not what I wanted, guys. We're supposed to play with friends.